Hello everybody and welcome. It's Eleanor here from Coach for Students. How are you doing today? Well, today we're going to be talking about healthy eating. Now, I know you know this stuff, so I'm not going to labour the point. We know that healthy eating is good for you. That's why it's called healthy eating. It's good for your health. I'm not going to go on about how good it is for you physically and mentally. It's good for your well-being as well as weight loss and all of that stuff. You know all that stuff. You know about superfoods. It's everywhere. So I am not going to go on about that. But what I am going to talk to you today about is it's almost Halloween. Halloween is the time for sweets and chocolates. And it's autumn, it's getting into winter, it's getting cold outside, it's damp and miserable and grey and it's dark in the evenings. Ugh, it's just awful. So how on earth do you keep all that happy, jolly superfoods? Oh, it's for blueberries and strawberries and smoothies. You don't want all that sort of stuff in the autumn and going into the winter. You want comfort food. And as I said, it's Halloween almost. So it's kind of sweets, chocolates, party food. It's all that sort of stuff. So how on earth do you stay eating healthily when you've got everything like that going on? You go into the supermarkets and it's just wall-to-wall sweets. How can you keep all that kind of healthy eating stuff going when you've got all of that to compete with? Well, actually, it's everywhere. And the reason that made me do this video is that I've actually eaten really, really healthy this week, which is exactly the opposite of what you would expect. Because I was challenged to a pumpkin carving competition. So I had to go and buy a pumpkin. And then by the time you've carved out the pumpkin, you've got all the insides of it. Well, what are you going to do with that? Well, there's soups, there's risottos, there's stews, there's all sorts of things that you can do with pumpkin. And every time I've mentioned it to anyone, they've given me a recipe. Could be for their family recipe for pumpkin soup, or it could be the risotto. It could be kind of pumpkin pie. You've got all sorts of things. Someone even makes muffins out of pumpkin. So, people are doing all sorts of things with pumpkin. And it's good for you. It's a healthy, decent, good root vegetable. It's a type of squash. Squash has really, really good kind of mental health properties to it. And it's brilliant at this time of year. It gives you kind of a really good boost. It's bright colours. It's nice and interesting to look at and eat. It's great for you. So just because we're surrounded by Halloween sweets, we're also surrounded by Halloween pumpkins and also things like toffee apples, apple bobbing, all that kind of thing. This year has been brilliant for apples. Everybody I know that has an apple tree has had a bumper crop of apples. In fact, I can't go to a friend's house without being given a big bag of apples to take away with me. My freezer is now full of cooking apples. My mum's freezer is full of cooking apples. When you get things like a lamb or a roast dinner, you're going to have apple sauce with it for months to come because we've just got so much of it. I have had apple crumble about 4 times this week just because there's so many apples. So just because we're thinking of Halloween and thinking of dark nights and sweets and comfort food, we're actually also got Halloween healthy foods like pumpkins and apples and kind of all the good root vegetables. I was in the supermarket yesterday. Rhubarb was looking amazing. So there you go, rhubarb crumble. And of course, don't forget that things like apples and pumpkins and those kind of Halloween-based foods, come November the 1st, which is not too far away, all of that is going to be reduced. On Sunday, you're going to get some really, really cheap pumpkin. So, you can start stocking up for your winter soups and stews and that kind of thing on a really, really good budget. So you've got this abundance of really, really good, healthy, great foods that's completely in season. It matches with Halloween. You're on trend. You're right there with it. So just go for those healthy options as well as going for all the sweets and all of those sorts of things. So if you've got a really good pumpkin-based recipe, do comment below. Let us know about it. We'd love to try it. I'll see if I can get that pumpkin muffin recipe because that sounds a bit weird, but you know what? Give it a try. Do like this, do share it, and of course comment below, introduce yourself, come and say hello, and I will see you tomorrow.